Hello, once again, you're welcome to Frontline TV, where you're watching the series that has to do with the Youth Voices for Change, powered by Next Gen Change Makers Initiative. The program is coming to you from Frontline TV. I am your host, Musa Calvin is my name, welcoming you to another interesting edition where the executives of Next Gen Change Makers Initiative will be updating us on the policies, the programs, and also the reforms. It's coming to you live from Frontline TV. And also at the same time, you can be leaving your comments at the comment section, whereby even if you have a question, we'll be able to profile or give you the answer to it. So why not buckle up and enjoy today's package of the program. And also, it's supported from the Nigerian Youth Futures Fund, that is NYFF. Once again, you're welcome. Joining me today are two dynamic leaders of Next Gen Changemakers Initiative, and on my left, I have Ruben Philibus Ilya, the Director of Sustainable Development Goals. You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And on my right, I have the Director of Gender Equality, Dorcas Yusuf. Dorcas Yusuf, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right, I'm going to start off by asking Dorcas Yusuf, the Director of Gender Equality. Give us a brief insight about what Next Gen Changemakers Initiative is all about.
Okay, thank you very much. Next Gen is a non-governmental organization that is bent on amplifying the voice of the youth, yes, on leadership, equality, and whatsoever.
Okay, so I believe, Ilya, you'll be able to add something to that so that, we have been having this series for some time now. People have been watching, people have been informed, people are being educated, and they're being sensitized about it. So what's Next Gen Changemakers Initiative is all about?
All right, thank you so much, sir. Like she rightly said, Next Gen Changemakers Initiative is a youth-led non-governmental organization with the focus on raising future leaders. So our focus is more on youths.
Okay, youths. What of the younger ones? That's the younger generation,
yes, sir.
Okay, and then you're being funded by the NYFF. How sustainable is that?
Well,
very sustainable.
yes, it's very sustainable. Sorry.
All right. What can you say about you being funded by the NYFF and its sustainability?
All right, thank you so much, sir. So NYFF works in the format that once they fund you, they actually keep a track record of the activities you carry out, because that will help enable your future partnership with them. So we do send monthly feedbacks to them. And yes, like this recording, we are having the weekly series. We do send the link to them so that they can also watch and follow us through.
Okay. The Director of Gender Equality.
Yes.
Dorcas Yusuf. I'm going to now start off with a very serious question for Dorcas, the Director of Gender Equality. But before I ask you that question, why gender equality?
Okay. For a while now, we shall no longer for a while. I've seen a lot of injustice, a lot of imbalance between the gender. So I want to lend my voice for change. Yes, I want to be the voice for change for my generation. Yes, for gender equality.
Okay. Now, as the Director of Gender Equality, why is gender inclusion so critical in conversations about education reform? Because you guys are also into the issue of reform. Yes. We're going to talk about that one too much more later. But why the inclusion? Why is it that the inclusion is so critical in the conversations?
Okay, thank you. I believe that education is the right for everyone, regardless of gender. A lot of times in communities, you find out that the girl child are usually neglected. They see, okay, they're to help at home and all that. Their education is not really regarded. So now, we want to create awareness, yes, on gender equality, so that us can have equal opportunities to go out there and make a difference.
Okay. So, beautifully said. Ruben, your role focus on the Sustainable Development Goals, being that you're the person that is in charge of it. Abi, how does this project align with the SDGs?
All right, thank you so much once again for the question. So our project, Youth Voices for Change, actually aligns strongly with the SDGs, and our focus on more on SDG 4, which is quality education goals that we have, and our focus for now is on Sustainable Development Goal 4, which is quality education, and this goal calls for inclusive and equitable quality education for all. So we are not just calling for access, but also for reforms that reflects the realities of every Nigerian youth.
What do you mean by reforms?
Okay, reforms in such a way that not only the access, yes, like currently we have free education initiative in the state, but the infrastructures, these are some of the things we have to talk about, and also the teachers, because in some school when you go, you will see that they have actually the number of teacher per student is not actually equivalent. That is to say, the teachers per each class is more or less, in the sense that in a school sometimes you might have just 3 teachers covering more than 5 classes, and with that there won't be quality education. Yes,
Okay.
and the workforce will actually be more on the staff, and they won't deliver more.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So these are
Okay.
some of the reforms.
Okay, then you talked about leadership training. Have you, as the organization, have you undergone any leadership training concerning what your project stands for?
Yes, we have, and we also
The benefit of the younger generation, because you know you're dealing with people that have not had access to quality education. Their voices have not been heard for a very long time. What are those aids that you're going to deploy to see that your work is easier and smooth, so that they will understand, come up, so that they will be able to, you know, meet up to the standard that you people are yearning for?
okay. Okay. So I believe that if we start with the older generations, it's easier for them to communicate to the younger ones. If we talk to the community leaders and all that, they will help. How will I put it? They help talk to the young girls because they are the ones making them not go to school. But once we've changed their mind of thinking, the way they think, they will be able to now change their, how will I put it
Their
now?
perception.
Yes, their perception. Yes, they will no longer think, okay, it is not important, but now it is important. And then in the schools, we'll also bring in subjects that will help change students' perspective about some stuff. Yes,
And stuff
yes,
like that.
yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Then talking about stakeholders, how do you intend to, you know, work on their mentality? Because, you know, access to quality education has actually been a challenge for some time now. How do you intend to work on the IQ and the mentality of some of these stakeholders?
Okay, thank you very much once again for the question. Okay, like you rightly state, it's not everybody that, yes, they are aware of the reforms and policies, but currently they are not being implemented, and that is one power of the media that we have.
Okay.
Because once there is constant advocacy for this, they will actually, it will draw their attention, because the system of government we have now is the attention needs to be drawn to some of these things. So
Okay.
yes, and during the advocacy visits we plan on having, so we present.
You
our
mentioned
plans.
advocacy visits. I want to understand more about advocacy visits. To who?
Okay, we have the stakeholders and also the community leaders, like
Okay.
she mentioned.
Okay.
Yes, and why are we focusing on the stakeholders and the community leaders for now? Because for the community leaders, these are the people where we will get to know the problems they are having. Like, we can have a general perspective of education, but it is unique to every aspect. For this community, it may be lack of teachers. For the other community, it may be lack of infrastructures. So this advocacy visit will help us gather some of these informations and also present it to the stakeholders. These are our findings that we have, the policymakers, yes, and we are proposing this so that it can be used for future reforms.
And it will help in fine-tuning the mentality of the stakeholders.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's part of the advocacy visits.
Yes.
Now, you're already partnering with Frontline TV for some time now. How will you rate the level of awareness that has been created so far from this end?
Okay, I'll rate it.
You're a victim because I know. Okay, so how are you going to rate it? Because I asked you a question earlier, which I don't want to ask you again. Because I know she might not have been following up, but I know you definitely. But how will you actually rate?
Okay, I'll rate it a 7, because I've seen people, let's say on my own part, I've seen people on my contact list that have spoken about it, have shared it and all that. So I believe it's it's making impact. Yes, I'll rate it a 7.
Okay, now to digress a little bit, Ruben,
Yes, sir.
we have 16 local governments and we have 3 senatorial districts in the state. How do you intend to cover all these places?
Okay, like you might know, this is actually a new organization. So we are trying to learn our voices, and like our motto says, raising future leaders. So this is more of an introductory phase of this project.
Okay.
And like I said, after this visit and all, we won't actually cover most of. Currently, we are in Jalingo. So our target area should be in Jalingo, where we have to now do these findings here first, so that we'll see how the project progresses. And also, like, we are partnering with the NYFF for this particular project, which they are having interest on. So we don't know, they might actually pick more interest in it. And with that, it helps us to expand in some of the senatorial district we have.
Okay.
And moving down to local governments.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So accessibility can be a challenge,
Yes.
but I want to believe that you guys have already mapped out plans on knowing how to mitigate, this issue of accessibility to some of these areas. Now, Dorcas, could you share some of the activities you have had or contributed to under this project?
Okay, thank you very much. I've worked with organizations like Tag Me, Taraba Girls Making Impact.
Okay.
Yes, on creating awareness on education and gender equality. I've done social media campaigns, yes, that promote stuff like this. Yeah, and then interviews like this one. Yeah.
Okay. Now, but Ruben,
Yes, sir.
impact is very vital and is very, very important. Now, impact is always key in youth-led initiatives. I hope I'm right.
Yes.
From your perspective, what tangible outcome are emerging from this particular project?
Okay. First, I would say awareness, because that is where it actually lies on. If people are not aware of something, they won't even bother about it. So first and foremost, we say there's increased awareness among youths in their role in developing educational policies. Like I was following the previous sessions you had with some of our directors. I saw someone comment, he says this is a good initiative and he believes that more of organizations should pick this up. So these are some of the impact it will do, and I believe he can also share it to someone, and maybe during the process of discussion, someone will also pick interest.
Okay.
Yes, because the focus is not only on us doing it; it's a collective work. So this awareness process is actually one of it, and through the collaborations we have with these local organizations that we have, and also media stations like Frontline TV and Rock FM, we believe it will amplify our voices.
Okay. Now, talking about, I mentioned something earlier that has to do with, the infrastructure. How do you intend to go? Because there are some structures that are totally dilapidated. NYFF, what role will they play in helping such structures in such communities, to come up again?
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, like I said earlier, they take feedback from us to see how the project is panning out, and if eventually they have interest in it, the funding now is for us to carry out these leadership trainings, create this awareness, make the research, and see what reforms can be made. So if we send back our feedback report to them, we can apply for more grants.
Okay.
With the focus on now focusing on these infrastructures. Once it's approved, we can now proceed with maybe focusing on Jalingo. Now we pick a particular school that we see has the need, then we implement that, then we send reports to them.
Okay.
With that, we can get more funding, and not only with them, we believe that other organizations can also key into it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's a very good one. Do you have any other thing, Dorcas, to add to that? Okay. Because, if the environment is not conducive, the learning ability of the children is going to be marred. You understand? So with that one, I think we're still on the right track. So the PBS should continue having good, positive hope. So this project is actually here to stay. Now, how long have you guys been existing?
Okay, not under a year now. Yes.
Okay, only a year.
Yes, under a year.
Okay,
Yes.
but the impact, Uncle.
It's loud.
Okay. All right. Now, Rubens,
Yes, sir.
we have seen increased awareness, just like you have said. We have seen among the youths, especially about their role in shaping educational policies. Now, Many now understand that your voices count and their own voices too count. We've also built stronger partnership with local institutions and media houses like us here to amplify the advocacy. The ripple effect is that more young people are taking ownership of change in their communities. How would you react to that?
It's a good thing, yes. Since the younger generation are now standing up, a lot before like if we go back in time, the youth didn't have a voice, but right now they are standing up for what they think matters. So which is a good thing here.
Now, what of those that are not conversant with the English language? How do you intend to communicate to them? Do you have interpreters?
Yes. Before we go to a community, we have to study. We have to know everything about them. So if there is a language barrier, we find someone, yes, that will help us cover that. Yes, cover that gap.
Okay. Now, coming still on you, Dorcas, what are some of the challenges faced in pushing for gender equality within education advocacy?
Okay. The biggest one is people think when we're talking about equality, people think it's just.
Please finish your thought or question.
People
When
think
you're talking about what?
I'm so sorry. People think we're talking about one gender, where mainly the ladies, but then we are just trying to create awareness and then equality. So that's one of our biggest challenges. Yes, people think we're just focused on one gender and not the other gender.
Is it because they hear the issue of gender equality?
Yes.
Okay. So now, my own gender. How would you react to that?
Okay.
Because there has to be a balance.
Balance.
There has to be a balance.
Yes.
You know, there's a saying that says, if you train a girl, you've trained a nation.
Yes.
You understand? So now, where do we now stand on that?
Okay. Like she rightly said, once you mention gender equality, the mindset of people is just focusing on per se the female child. While the gender equality is with the aim of what having a balance with all. Yes, we may have maybe a unique Nigeria of having gender equality bias on the female side. In some countries, it's
Why biased? Why is it biased?
biased. So I don't, maybe the mentality which we are trying to change.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in case if you find yourself in such a quagmire, how would you now kind of like take control of it so that you guys will not go outside the box of what you people have, got going?
Okay, like you said, we as the executive of Next Gen, we do have a collective voice. That is to say, before anything is being done, we have to agree to it. So I believe by doing so, that division will not come in. Why? Because everybody has to be on the same page before we roll out. Like this program, we had series of meetings before rolling it out. When we applied for the grant, we were planning for it even before the grant was approved. And luckily for us, the grant got approved. So we had plannings on it. This is what we want to do. Let's focus on education for now.
Okay.
Yes, and we agreed to that. So that was how, and I think that is how we cope that.
It's not going to be an easy thing. That I know. Now, you see, in the course of executing so many of these good initiatives that you people have, there will come a time that challenges may kind of like be a setback. You understand? It may be a setback. How would you overcome such things?
Okay, as leaders, we should be built for resilience, and we know that it's not going to be a smooth journey. Yes, so our own perspective as leaders come together because we are from different backgrounds, different ethnicity and all, and we decided to come together to work as one. So I believe that will be a focus point for us, and it will help us going forward.
And to add to that question that I asked, you see, changing the mindset and the perspective of the stakeholders, many of them may not know the value. That means you have to do a lot of, talking, convincing and stuff like that. Now, there are some that may have their own interest. How would you be able to disabuse their mind from having a segregational interest, which is better for you to have a collective interest? How do you intend to see, kind of like control that kind of situation when it comes up? Because many people may have their own selfish, interest, in quote, selfish interest. Maybe I want the school in my community to benefit more than the school in that community, or this or that or that or this. How do you intend to, make them realize that this thing is for almost, if possible, all the communities? How do you intend to do that?
Okay, me?
Yeah.
Okay, I think by talking to them, giving them a strong point, because I know no matter what, there will always be someone that wants something better for himself. But then by bringing out the points and showing them that it is important for us to all have the same at this moment, also all have the same to be on the same page. Yes, I think by convincing them, trying to create awareness and understanding, yeah, will change.
So let
their
them
mind.
just put their own interest aside.
yes.
Let's do this thing for the
Yeah.
for the betterment of the youths and the younger generations that are coming up. So do you also concur with that? Because
sir.
the stakeholders at times they can be a little bit difficult.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand? All right, now Ruben, youth participation in SDGs. It has been a global.
You stop maybe a random person, a youth, and ask him about the SDGs. He might not be having that awareness about it. So the first thing is for Nigerian youth to know what these SDGs are and how each of it connects to our daily life. From there, they will know that yes, in this there is a gap. So what are we going to do to cover this gap? And after that, then comes the responsibility, where that willingness to offer a solution, where they can innovate, yes, and contribute their voices through advocacy. Because we have to know that these SDGs are not just a distant goal. It's actually a blueprint for the type of Nigeria or type of country we want.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I saw something about volunteering. Who are those people, the category of people that are qualified to, volunteer? Is it to assist the Next Gen Changemakers project team or the community? Who are the volunteers?
Okay, when we talk about volunteering, we are not just specific to a group, because volunteering is open to everybody. Like me, I've volunteered with a lot of organizations, youth organizations such as Youth Making Impact, and even in secondary school.
Earlier that you participated in other organizations that has to do with child equality and stuff like that. Can you share your success story with us? A little bit of your success story.
Okay, like Tag Me Yes, I used to Tag Me Yes. We've created awareness on hygiene, menstrual hygiene, and I still have girls from the school that reach out to me and thank us for the awareness we've created. Yes, that's one of it. Yes.
Okay, they still reach out to you.
Yes,
but
us,
what actually happened along the line that is like you people have not sustained it or something, or was it just for a particular period of time?
Yeah, it was just for a particular period of time. We plan on going back again.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now what year expectations do we anticipate to see about Next Gen Changemakers initiative? Well, how long do you are we expecting you guys to be in existence?
We plan on staying for a while. We don't plan on stopping.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're sure about that one? Because
yes, sir. We plan on proceeding with that, and even for the SDG4, which is quality education. The Sustainable Development Goals set was for 2030, and after that they will see the progress. Then from there, work on is it to continue with it or to bring about new initiatives, because previously it was
there are still new initiatives that will be coming on board in the course of time. Okay.
Yes, sir. Because previously the Sustainable Development Goals we are talking about was referred to as the Millennium Development Goals, and they were just 80 in number. Yes, so when it expired 2015, that is the target the United Nations set, 2000 being in line with it.
Okay, now, so with the Next Gen Changemakers Initiative project, creating awareness and advocacy, education reforms, and being funded by NYFF, at the end of the day, what are we going to, be looking forward to?
Okay, we should be looking forward to, one, increased awareness about education, and not only education, but inclusive education. And from that also, we can see improved infrastructures, because that is our target. The impact should not be overemphasized, because the target is what at the end there should be a result. We just don't want to come to the media station because you want to come. Yes, but at the end there should be a ripple effect of it, and it should be visible to the community. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a very nice one. So, Dorcas, to every young girl out there, their voice matters. What's going to be your message? Because you're the director of gender equality. What's going to be your message to the younger ones?
Okay, they should fight for their voice. They should do it while they are not scared, while they are scared, while they are happy, while they, in every situation, they should stand up for their voice. They should surround themselves with ladies that have the same mindset as they are. Yes, their voice matters.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. So, Ruben,
Yes, sir.
what's your message?
Okay, to everyone out there, I would just want to say that sustainability comes with what? With action. So
Okay.
try, involve, get yourself involved, make your voices count, and ensure that you are a blessing to someone's life. Thank you.
And let's not forget, Next Gen Changemakers initiatives, they're here to stay and they're here for us. They're here for younger generations. Let's do well by accepting them into our community. Let's be able to play, good hosts to them. And let's be able to give voice to our younger ones that don't have any voice. So thank you very much, Ruben, Ilya, and Dorcas Yusuf for coming onto the program. We just hope that we are going to continue having this series so that people will be, up to date with the achievements and every other of your policies and the new things that you'll be bringing on board for the betterment of education in Taraba State and in our communities. Well, viewer, that wraps it in today's edition of FNYFF. Join us again in our subsequent edition where you'll be listening, or should I say watching, not only listening, but watching and also commenting. You understand, as we unfold so many things that has to do with the young change makers driving transformation through education advocacy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop your comments. Musa Calvin is my name, your host on the program from Frontline TV, saying cheers.